This is DJ Rubbish on the ones and twos. And I just come here to let y'all know it's about to get real filthy in this mother.
Just save it for later.
And I always put it. Here's the thing that's so stupid is that I always put in gum like on my way here, so I already know it's. I do it to myself. All right, welcome to episode 27 of In Todd We Trust. You can now go to our website ITWTpodcast.com to access spoiler-free one-sentence reviews and ratings, episode descriptions, song of the week playlist, and movie soundtrack playlist, and submit to be a guest on the show. This episode, we're going to be reviewing John Wick 3 with a very special guest, Matt, Spartan Dog, and founder and owner of Detroit Muscle. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you can listen to the show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. On YouTube, YouTube is on Saturdays, Spotify, Apple Podcasts on Thursdays. I was waiting for the podcast to ask. I thought about it the other day. How's Detroit Muscle? And I guess tell everyone what Detroit Muscle is too. You know, for listeners who aren't familiar.
Yeah. So Detroit Muscle, I guess it's an apparel brand, but really, we're a content creator of fitness content. We've got an Instagram page, website, blog, etc. So we sell hooded T-shirts and blender bottles. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see right there.
It's a solid bottle, guys.
Yeah, I dropped it like 30 times on concrete, everything. I tested the crap out of it. But anyways, we really just create content, trying to create a community of fitness individuals and provide all of that content for free. It's kind of the goal there.
Dope. What is the IG handle for the listeners?
Just at DET Muscle.
Got it. And that's the detmuscle.com is the
same thing for the website.
Cool. All right. Do you have a song of the week, Matt?
Yeah, song of the week. Busy Earning by Jungle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jungle. I don't know that song. I do know Jungle though, and I like a lot of Jungle stuff, so I might have to go listen to that.
Yeah, Jungle's good. I actually rediscovered them when I was in Florida, driving across the state from work to vacation, basically, and I just listened to one of their albums on repeat, like over and over again. It's just good, feel-good music. It
is. They have some cool music videos too. They got some cool dancers in their music videos and stuff like that. So, my song of the week is "Lucy" by Still Woozy. I've had it on repeat like the last 2 weeks. I almost made it my song of the week last week, but was conflicted. It's just like cool vibe, like chill music. It has a cool beat to it, so something to check out. Still Woozy, like I said, is a cool artist, up and coming artist. I almost put something from Carly Rae Jepsen's album on here. I wanted to keep my G card though, so not this week. She might slip in here sometime soon, but that album is fire. Just FYI if you haven't listened to it. All right, we have our random rapid fire question round. So if you're ready, no prep. We got 10 questions. There's no time limit on how quickly you have to answer. I need to get like a buzzer or something, but for right now, just as quickly as you can. Right. What would your assassin name be if you're an assassin? It's a tough one.
Jerome Diesel.
Jerome Diesel. That is, I would be scared of Jerome Diesel. What's your fight record if you've ever been in a fight before?
Oh. Undefeated.
Undefeated. Weapon of choice if you're an assassin.
Ooh, I would say like an axe.
That's you gotta be skilled to wield an axe. Yeah. You gotta be skilled. Who would you be most scared to fight? Yeah, we got the toughies.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Because you want to say no one. But it's like.
Yeah, I'm honestly like. I'm gonna say like Thanos. Like.
Yeah.
He's the only guy. If anyone can take me down, it's probably.
If anyone can take,
I'll give it to him.
Yeah. Humble. John Wick or Neo?
Oh, John Wick.
Right? No, I couldn't disagree there. First thing you would do if someone broke into your home?
Grab my firearm.
Yep, firearm or axe. Yeah.
Weapon of choice.
Would you rather get shot or stabbed?
Oh, shot for sure.
Yeah, same. Has anyone ever tried to kill you in real life?
Maybe like inadvertently. Maybe in their minds.
Yeah, right. That sounds like a drunk college story. Like
right.
Inadvertently trying to kill somebody. Your favorite slushy flavor, which is theaters.
Oh, Coke for sure. Just
Coke.
Basic Coke.
Classic.
Absolutely.
If you had to rewatch the same movie for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I want to say John Wick 3, but honestly, I think it's like probably the movie 300.
300.
Yeah. That one just like gets me every time.
Yep. That's what my last guest said. We got a theme here. It's not a coincidence you both are Spartans. So, but no, that's a great film. And actually bringing it up here later. So I went to the Riviera Theater to watch this, which is in Farmington Hills. It's one of Imagine's franchises. It's the weakest of the Imagine franchises, as I've come to find out. This is my second time going. So I didn't learn my lesson the first time, but for sure, I won't say for sure won't be going back this again because it's right by where I work. So I probably out of convenience will go again. But just heads up that Riviera is probably the weakest. Don't shoot me down, Riviera Theater, if you see me walking into work. There was an old guy. So there was an old guy when I went in there, who was with his wife, and they have like the reserve seating, and he made a mistake somehow and didn't get the seat that was right next to his wife. So he sat the row behind her the entire time, and they talked. Like, when I say they talk, they're talking like we're talking now, like as if they were the only people in the theater. Like, oh man, like, did you just see that? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, just scoot up. Like, no one's here, but it was like his wife was in the handicap seat, he wasn't. So I think he was trying to respect that, but I'm like, no one's sitting there. Like, right. Please, sir, just sit next to your wife. Yeah. Like,
we're halfway into the movie.
Yeah.
Nobody's sitting there.
Yeah, right. I was like, what are you doing, man? So it was ridiculous. But anyway, John Wick 3. So description on IMDb is super assassin John Wick is on the run after killing a member of the International Assassins Guild, and with a $14 million price tag on his head, he is the target of hitmen and hit women everywhere. The release date was May 17th, this past weekend. Notable cast: Keanu Reeves as John Wick, Halle Berry as Sophia, Lawrence Fishburne as the Bowery King, Ian McShane as Winston. Director for the film, Chad Stahelski, I think I'm saying that right. He, in the past, outside of the John Wick series, has primarily been a stunt choreographer or coordinator of some sort for fight scenes, which include the Hunger Games he did for, the X-Men Wolverine Origins, Safe, Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., great movie, The Mechanic, Tron, and 300. So definitely knows what he's doing as far as fight scenes go. And it shows that I understand why he was made the director and not just stunt choreographer for this film, as your classic like shoot 'em up, fight like from start to finish type of film. Writers Derek Kolstad and Shay Hatton. They haven't really done anything else really notable, so been primarily focused on the John Wick trilogy. The runtime for the movie is 2 hours and 10 minutes. So before I get started, first impression thoughts on the film. I know. So Matt, for everyone listening out there, is a huge John Wick fan. I remember him telling me, which is why he's up here, of how much he likes the franchise. So,
all right, first impressions. Knowing what I know about the John Wick trilogy, I mean, it pretty much knocked it out of the park visually for me. Mm-hmm. The fight scenes, that list of former movies that the director has done, it makes sense, right? Like,
yeah, 100%.
I mean, the fight scenes are the kind of the pride of the movie, and right. I think that like it's exhilarating, right? And I watched it in like an IMAX theater.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Big screen, and like I mean, there was times where I felt like I was in the fight.
100%.
Obviously, the storyline it lacks a little bit, but overall, I mean, just like a great action movie. You'll leave fired up and wanting to run run through a wall.
Right, 100%. Which I think was done a couple times in the movie, was running through a wall. So first, because obviously with, like you said, the story sometimes lacking, I want to get all of the like this didn't make sense things out of the way first, because obviously there's a ton of things that's like, okay, that didn't make sense, but I don't want to keep bringing it up. So let me just get out the way now, because obviously the movie was made for like the fighting is the like the pride and joy of the movie of the franchise really. So so it's almost like they took like all my complaints about like, man, that wasn't realistic, and like just put it all in one movie. It's like they're like, F you, Todd, for your complaints. Like we're gonna make it unrealistic. We don't care. The first group that like attacked him when his bounty went out there, like the knife, they're just both throwing knives at each other, and like for a while there, like the knives were just bouncing off of each of them, like they were just like it was nothing. I was like, all right, like they were like plastic knives, and I was like, what is happening here? That was one. There at the end, John is like shooting, like there's a SWAT team that basically descends upon him at the hotel, and like it's all hands on deck at the hotel, and everyone else's bullets are just kind of bouncing off the SWAT team. John comes in, like his bullets are just like boom, just hitting them in the right spots, and I'm like, all right guys, like what are we doing here? The other thing was the kill to injury ratio is insane. So like one of the best fight scenes, probably top 3 fight scenes in it, because you got to break it up in sections because like the whole movie is a fight essentially. But top 3 for me was him and Halle Berry fighting like 200 guys in the desert, and with the dogs, which was sick. They got very little, and they concurred very little injury, but took out like 200 guys. So I was like, yo, this isn't realistic. It was still dope though with the dogs. Like again, just you gotta appreciate it for what it is. So like obviously they're not like, yo, we're gonna like write this like super deep plot. It was like, no, we're gonna like put together a lot of really, really, really great fight scenes like that are gonna knock it out of the park as far as like comparing it to any other type of fighting movie. And then I was talking to my dad about this yesterday because me and him really like the first 2, and then obviously went to go see the third one separately, but nonetheless saw it, and he was like, he dodged more bullets than Superman in this movie. Like he really did though. Like he's like John Wick is not to be toyed with. And John Wick at the very end survives this fall from the top of a roof in New York, and definitely not a small building. He somehow survives this fall, so it was like, okay, this is nuts. With that being said, now that we got that out the way, the fighting, if I'm an assassin, what makes me think I can take John Wick?
I'm thinking the same thing. I thought about that for a whole night after I watched the movie. I'm like, $14 million, not even worth it.
No.
You're trying to go for John Wick. Like, no way.
I don't get it. And to me, if I'm going in with a crew and I see like, if I have 50 people with me and I see 20 people get taken out in like 30 seconds,
calling it off.
I'm out. Like, like what makes you think like I'm going to be the lucky one to get him? Like, I don't get it. And he has a reputation that precedes him. So it's not like you just see a guy and it's like, oh, he's like up for 14 million, gotta take him out. Like, he's just some chump. Like, it's like, who John Wick has undefeated thousands of bodies. So like, why would you go in? I don't get it.
At some point, I think like some of the kills, he's starting to have fun with it.
Right.
Like in the horse barn.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he's just like toying with him, right?
100%.
He's like dragging the dude from the horse, and I was just
Yeah.
like, you've got a gun, you could have just shot him.
Yeah.
Right? He's having fun. Right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, John got sick after, because at first it is just like survival. Like he's just like, I need to get out of here. Like I need to find a way to make it. But like, but some of them it was like, okay, since you are gonna try me, like I'm gonna make an example of you.
Right.
The horse thing was great. They did a lot of things. It's almost like this director, obviously having done a lot of stunt choreography before, it's almost like he went into this and was like, I'm about to just have like a ball. Like I'm gonna throw like everything in here, like get as creative as I can with these kills. Because you have to. If you have a 2-hour plus movie of a guy who, and obviously all of them are very much like, action based stuff like that, but the other ones had more of a developing story.
Yeah.
And this one was like just straight up everyone's after John Wick, which it was like leading to in the last one that we knew this one was going to be. It's just him in the fight for his life. So if it's 2 hours, you got to get creative with all the way he's killing people. Like it can't just be he shoots everyone in the head. Like he has to be doing some stunts. And shout out to Keanu Reeves. Like, I don't know if he had a stuntman or how many stuntmen or whatever, but like shout out to him, man. Like they did a great job. Or the cinematography for it. So, there was that. I do wonder if there were always plans for 3, or if they got like such a great reception after 1 and 2 that prompted this, because I saw the first one, and the first one I liked. Like, I remember watching that at home, and I was like, yo, this is a solid movie. Actually, I think my whole family watched it, and we were like, yo, this is pretty good. But I didn't know, like, it developed a cult following quickly, and I think you're probably part of that cult. Like, again, I like this. I like John Wick, but like, I know you're like you're there like opening night and everything, but it has a cult following. Like, even as I was in the theater, I was watching the people come in, and it's like, I couldn't pin a demographic. Like, it was all old, young, different races. I mean, I was like, yo, this movie is like, and there's a ton of movies that have obviously good reception, but like, some are obvious, like an Avengers, a Star Wars. Like, those are established brands that have been around for decades. Like, there's been Marvel Comics for decades. Star Wars had a big splash in, the 70s, and then has just kept continued, and the ones now are just building off of that success from then. But like, this is a new franchise.
Yeah, I think it started like, so my girlfriend now, when we first started dating, was like, have you seen John Wick? And this is like when the second one was also out, I think. She's like, watch it. I was like, oh, I have to rent it. She's like, if you hate it, I will pay you back.
Yeah.
So I rented it, and I was like, wow, I can't believe I've never seen this movie, because it's like great action.
Yep.
Like, storyline, it's like, obviously it lacks a little bit throughout the whole trilogy, but like, that was the one I was going for, right?
Right.
And then the second one was a step up, and then I think that they might have decided, like, because you don't hear a lot about like the High Table and the Assassin's Guild and stuff like that. They're finally starting to build that story out of it, with the ending of 3, obviously leading into 4, as we now know.
Right.
But I think that was like not part of the plan, but now they're actually building it into something that's way, way bigger.
Yeah.
After it's taken off like this.
I agree. I think I would argue that they were expecting to do 2 max. Like, when they first wrote out 1, they probably, I'd say, were planning to do 2. And you can tell from the frequent like dog references that they're obviously very in tune with like social media. Because after the first one, I remember like the memes and the jokes were like, man, this guy just like went nuts all over one dog.
Right.
And then you see like those jokes being made frequently in 2 and 3. So it's like, okay, they're in tune with social media. So then it's like, take it a step further. I wonder if that influenced like them to continue to make it, because they saw that like people are watching this, people are like in tune with it. It's not just another action film. Like, I think you see those where it's just like The Rock is a perfect example. Like, and he's just in these action films. I mean, whether it's like, what was that one, the recent Skyscraper or something like that, or we're just in these movies that I didn't even see that one, but it's like the same. You're just watching the same thing. Like, he's just the same character and everything. And even if they break, he breaks all these records. He's like the second paid highest actor, and he was the highest paid actor a couple years ago. Like, he's been in the top 3 for like the last like 5 years running. But just by doing these whack movies, and no one, but they don't have a cult following. You watch, he gets you to go see it, you watch it, and then, you're not rewatching that again.
No.
Like, you're not going to watch, like, the people who did go see and were excited for, Skyscraper, I don't know if they're watching that 5, 6, 7 times over again.
Even if they love the movie.
I don't know if that's like one that you go back and it's like, I'm about to like purchase a movie, or like, yo, you got it. They're telling their friends you got to see it.
I got Skyscraper on DVD.
Right. Can you imagine? Like, they shouldn't. Skyscraper is one of those, like, it should only come out. They shouldn't even offer it in Blu-ray. It should just be DVD.
No, straight to the Delta Air. Sky Entertainment.
Right. Exactly. So that I feel like that's the type, and point being is that they don't create like a culture around it, and there's not like memes being made about it, because no one like really cares about it. Like John Wick, like I've seen a ton of stuff on social media already about it, just because they have that following.
Right. I've seen like a ton of like pop art, and memes.
Yep.
It's like, it's crazy.
It is. Yeah, it's popular, man. I do. I wonder too, as far as action movies go, like can an action movie be an action movie without a car scene? Like, you have to have a chase scene or something. Like on this one, it was the motorcycles, which was a dope scene.
Yeah.
Like they find every possible way to have a fight scene and kill people in this movie. I will have to give them, throughout this trilogy, you've seen every kill possible. Betrayal.
Horse.
On a horse. I mean, the horse thing. Like, he's killing people with horses. Like, it's crazy. If you haven't seen it, like, well, one, you shouldn't be listening if you haven't seen it.
We've spoiled
But
everything.
You're
for
right,
you.
exactly. But like a movie like this, like I could tell you the whole movie, and like you could still go and enjoy the fight scenes. Betrayal. You have to have betrayal in a action movie. Some sort of betrayal.
Yeah.
A loved one who dies. Like there has to be some
Fuel,
sort.
right?
Yeah.
The fuel for why they're killing.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to have the fuel, the tragic backstory, and you have to have at least one fight scene that has classical music. Like there has to be classical music for one fight scene, and sure enough, they did at the end of this one. I was like, here we go. Like
It was pretty dope too.
it was like
Yeah.
you know, if you hear Beethoven come on, you know they're about to get busy. Like
Uh-huh.
that's just a given. So all the characters, wanted to go through them. One, Boban from the Philadelphia 76ers.
Just an iconic moment.
Yeah, that was great that he was in it. He was in it. He was the first assassin. So I mean, it was a big moment for him to come in and do that because he's the first assassin that tries to kill John Wick. Before it even, this is a bold move. Not only do you go try to kill John Wick solo, but you let him know he didn't even try to surprise him. Like he shows up, starts with some like some dialogue with him, and then you try to kill him solo. Before it was even time to kill him, so he tried to like cheat the system, and before he was officially like his bounty was put up, he's like, I'm gonna go in and kill you like early. They won't even know. Bold move. Obviously, he ends up getting killed quickly.
Book in the jaw.
Yeah, but that's right. Yeah, killed with a book.
That's creative.
That is creative. I've never seen that. Yeah, you got killed with a book. Man, that just threw me off. I totally forgot. Yeah, he totally just broke his jaw first, and then snapped his neck with a book. That was I think he's a better actor than basketball player even. You know, he's not the greatest back. He's just really big.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd argue that he might need to just go into acting. He did a good job though for the few lines he had like in the fighting.
On screen for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Killed it.
I give it to him, man. John, in this movie, and jog my memory if you can remember like the first two. He had a ton of nut shots in this one that I did not see in the. I don't think he had that many in the first two. I mean, even the dogs were like going for they're just
Like
going
punching
straight for the
dudes in the
prize.
nuts.
Yes, yeah, it was a lot of
Yeah,
that.
I don't remember it in the first two.
It was a lot of that. So I'm like, John, like
He's playing dirty.
yeah, he's playing dirty. I don't know if I can respect. I mean, the fact that he's had a lot of legitimate kills, I can look past it. But I'm like, John, come on, man. You're too skilled of a fighter to just go
Right.
like you're losing and it's like, all right, I'm gonna go for that route. Like
He's
I'm
getting
like,
rusty.
yeah, right. He's always getting tired, man. He's getting lazy with the kills, but maybe after this next one, in this one also something to note. He had this one picks up right where the second one left off.
Yeah.
So he had zero rest. Like it was like
Straight through.
he's just going from kill to kill. Like he didn't it's no like time jump like after recovering from his injuries for a month. It was like he didn't have like an hour without action in this one. Like he's going, and even when he had like quote unquote rest, when they like bring him to the high table, they cut off his finger. So like he didn't even have like any time where it was like all his wounds were just healed and it's like, all right, now I'm fresh. So he's beating all these guys with like a limp. He's beating these people with a limp.
I think every scene that he's not like fighting full force, like he's like got a limp in
Yeah.
the movie. Or
Yeah.
he's bleeding or something. Or
Something.
his face is beat up.
It's it's crazy. Like he was going through it. Halle Berry, I haven't seen Halle Berry in forever. I thought about that when I was like, wow, I've missed you, Halle. Like I don't know. When's the last thing she's been in? I don't know.
No idea.
I can't think. I can't even think of what she's been
It
in.
was a surprising scene when she came. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was not expecting her in the movie. And then I thought she was gonna have like one of those like quick like we see her Halle cameo and then like we go on with the rest of the movie and then she comes. I mean, full force. She's in the like I said one of the top fight scenes in the movie.
she kicks
Probably the
ass.
longest
Yeah.
one of the longest fight scenes in movies.
I thought it was a really funny moment when her dog gets shot.
Oh yeah.
And she looks at the John.
Yeah.
She's like, they shot my dog. He's like, I understand.
You're right, yeah. Exactly, yeah. That was funny. They keep going back to that dog thing, which is funny, and it's like
Yeah,
they're playing it up.
Yep.
But I love that scene because you do think like, no, they took out the dog,
Right.
and then he had on the bulletproof vest, and how smart the dog was to fake like he was hurt, like
Yep.
he was actually killed.
Right.
He like plays dead. So that was amazing. And the adjudicator. So they have this like lady who's with the high table, the adjudicator.
Yeah.
She was really pressing her luck, in my opinion. Like, obviously, she has the power of the high table and, like, the seniority there. But, like, if she's just somewhere without any protection and she's, like, saying, like, sentencing an assassin to death in your face and, like, you can, like, take her out, that's a bold move. Like, I'm not going without backup, like, if I'm her.
I just think that like I think she thinks she's protected from the high table. Like if they take her out, they're gonna have to answer to busloads of armed men.
Right.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily like her character. I think that
I
like
didn't either.
it wasn't very menacing. Like
No.
I didn't feel intimidated by her. I felt like
Right.
kind of like she was like kind of quirky and like I don't know. I feel like they could have made her more like mean.
Agree. Yeah.
Who was when John went to get his ticket to Casablanca?
Oh,
like that
yeah.
old woman, like she was like
Yeah, she had me.
she
nervous.
had some power, right? Like
Yeah.
I felt like more intimidated by her than
Yeah.
the adjudicator.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, no, you had to go through, like, first of all, you had to go in this room of, like, all her guys just standing there before you even get to her. And you had to go through all these rooms to meet with her. Like, yeah, she definitely seemed like someone you didn't want to mess with. Like, anyone who is just, like, her entire job is just, like, overseeing ballet, like, that just seems like a villain-type thing to do. Like, so her, yeah, she wasn't very menacing. I don't know if I want to get to this character yet, or I'll circle back to the sushi chef.
Oh yeah, I got a lot to say about that guy.
We'll save him for last because
Okay.
I have a lot about the sushi chef as well. Morpheus, aka the Bowery King, he'll always be Morpheus to me.
Yep.
I was really pissed when I thought he died. He actually, he ended up, we find out that he lived and survived his like 7 cuts, his punishment from the high table. But I was really pissed when I thought he died. I do respect that he never, Game of Thrones reference here, bent the knee. He never bent the knee to the high table.
Yep.
He took his cuts like a man and then ended up living. And I think, he's definitely in the GOAT convos when it goes to the different characters in John. I mean, obviously John is top, but he's definitely in those GOAT convos because he stayed true and he lived. He stayed true and he lived. So I have to respect that. Winston, he backstabbed John, but I can't hate the player. I hate the game. He tried to.
So I have a question about this because so at the end, when Winston shoots John, so I was under the impression that he was doing it so John would fall off and live because So I thought that Winston knows the high table was going to try and kill John,
right?
Give him a chance to escape. But I was talking to my girlfriend and she was like, "No, Winston backstabbed him, because of what the Bowery King said to him when he arrived. And he said, if I was him, I would have done the same thing."
Right.
Talking about Winston. So I don't know. I don't know what your take is on that.
Yeah.
If he actually backstabbed him, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I was like, would Winston really do that? I felt betrayed.
Right. Yeah. You know what? I'm same. So I went through that same line of thinking like you did. Like I saw him do that and I was like, oh, this is like he's only doing that because he knows like he has a bulletproof suit.
Right.
And he's gonna fall and like catch something. And then when he actually like hit the ground, I'm like, obviously we knew he didn't actually die. Like we knew they were not gonna let John Wick die. He'd be fine. But when he actually hit the ground, I'm like, and he's just like, oh, whatever. I'm like, whoa, like, did you actually just think you killed him? Like, or were we trying to help him escape? I was confused. And then, like you said, at the end there, when Morpheus is like, I would have did the same thing, whatever. I was like, I don't know. Maybe he's, but, and then also you see that, but then you also at the end, you see him go like, Baba Yaga, and just like shrugs his shoulders, and he's like, so he does know that like, John's gonna be cool, gonna be fine no matter what. So I don't know. I'd like to think that Winston was like, I'm doing this for my interest, but at the same time, like, John, I know you're a big boy and can handle yourself against anything, so like, so maybe he was giving him a head start. I
did think that the Winston scenes when John and the concierge were out fighting.
Yeah.
Every time they'd come back in, he just was like sitting there with classical music on. It's hilarious.
He was just chilling,
And they came in, they were just like beat up. They're like, we need bigger guns. Or like, what?
He's like, he's just sitting there drinking. Yeah, that was insane. I was like, that is just boss level. 500 if you're doing that. Okay, sushi chef. Hey, I had a lot of thoughts. He was nothing to mess with. Let's start with that. He was nothing to toy with. I don't know why John would go into a house of mirrors against him and his army. His squad was about it. His squad was nothing to toy with.
When they were like plowing through the Bowery King's army, I was like, oh, okay.
Man.
This is good.
Yeah, no. It was literally like the League of Shadows in Batman. Like these guys were ninjas popping out of the shadows. They weren't even I don't even know if any of them, minus fighting John, I don't know if any of them took a step back when they were fighting. Like, I think it was all forward. Like, it was no hesitation. It was no struggle. They just were going through, like, his students were just going through.
The camera pans for the whole shot, and they're moving.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They're slicing through people.
100%. Yeah, when you have samurais, like, it's going down. When they were fighting John, and his students at this point were fighting John at the end, and what's really funny too is how, they're treating John as if he's like Michael Jordan. Like, it's like everyone's so excited. It's almost like when AI crossed Jordan, and he was like so honored to be on the same court with Jordan.
Right.
It's like they were just so honored to be fighting against John. Like, they're all fans of John. Like, even the samurai, the sushi chef guy, like, he's a fan of John. Like,
it started when he was like, when they first get to the Continental,
right?
They talk to Winston, and he like sits next to him,
right?
And he's like, "I'm such a big fan."
Yeah.
And I was like, it like provided this comic relief, but I was like, "Oh, like, this guy's not like." It took away the menacing aspect.
It did
him
take
again, and like I think he ended up taking it too far. But like it was actually funny at first because it was like, okay, John Wick is like this mythical creature,
right?
Mythical figure to these fighters,
right? No, that is true.
It like continued, right? Even when he was fighting his students,
yeah,
they like stopped mid fight and they're like, "We're just so happy to be fighting. We're honored to be fighting you."
Right.
And then I think the sushi chef gets a little weird because he's like, "We're the same person." Like, whatever. It got a little weird.
It did, and it does take away from the like him looking at him as like a real like
true villain.
A true villain, exactly. Yeah. Same. Yeah, I completely agree. I think when they as soon as he did that in the Continental, as soon as he sat right next to him and says, "I'm a really big fan of all this stuff," from that point on, it was like, you've lost.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like like again going back to basketball, like, like LeBron has said, like, when I see the guy guarding me has my shoes on, it's like, all right, like, I already got him beat. Like, you know what I mean? You don't respect it. Like, it's like, it's not a fight anymore. You're wearing my sneakers. Like, so I think
you're a fan of me.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's kind of what happened there. So that whole time, I mean, again, John's not going to lose. But, as soon as he did, I'm like, man, it's not even about to be close. Like, you're a fan. You're literally a fan, a student of John. Like, you have no chance. An old man actually did that to me. So I'm in Starbucks the other day working, and old man, plenty of seats open. Old man comes, sits right next to me. And doesn't get Starbucks, mind you. He pulls out his lunch. He went to the store. He has like a Gatorade. He had a Powerade. He had like a Nestle like milk, like strawberry milk thing. A sandwich, like a pre-made sandwich that's like in wrapping. Pringles, like I can remember all this stuff that he just pulls out of this grocery bag. Sits it out. I don't know if I think he was OCD. He had to put his like napkin down a specific way and lay all his food out like on different napkins. And then when he was done with his drink, like he just kept like with the straw, and then like went back to it, like did it like 5 times, and until it's all gone. And like he took him an hour. He smelled bad. Have you ever smelled? This is really bad, but smelled old people who smell like they're decaying.
Yes.
Like
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah. This was him.
It's a thing.
It's definitely a thing. And it was just. I was so frustrated. I hate when people sit right next to me. Like, I hate like invasion of my personal space. But anyway, it made me think of that while I was watching the movie. Because I actually went to the movie after leaving Starbucks, so it's funny that I saw that scene. And I'm like, that's what like literally just came from that.
Yeah.
But yeah, his being honest, when I started seeing, so when I saw the sushi chef and his students going out and killing people, I knew that he was going to. Obviously, you knew he was going to be the main villain, right? The adjudicator went to him specifically, right, and asked for him to fight John. So you knew that was kind of going to be like the main boss. I knew he was going to give John fits because John's fighting style is primarily like with the gun, like he's best with the gun, but even hand-to-hand combat, a lot of times he's using his strength. More than anything, because obviously, even in this, especially in this one, because he's injured, so he can't really use speed on his side. He's not going to use quickness on his side, but more like strength and just technique. So this guy, I'm like, okay, this guy probably out techniques him, like with his martial arts, and obviously he has a sword as an extension of him. So if John doesn't have a gun and they're just going head to head, he's gonna give John problems, which he did. But John, obviously he's stronger than him, so I'm like, this guy has to keep his distance, but he didn't. So then once they got like grappling, that's where John had the upper hand. But I knew it was gonna be the whole time watching. I'm like, this guy's gonna give John problems. Even the students, gave John some problems. Like that's the first time you really saw John take some licks, because the whole movie really he's not really taking any licks from anyone. He's not taking any mess. So, but his students, it's like, okay, cool. They have the technique, so John's gonna have to just outman them to a point, which he ended up doing. But he was nothing. He's nothing to toy with.
Yeah.
He was nothing. I would not want to fight him. I would not want to fight him. I mentioned this. When did I mention this? A couple podcasts ago. I would like to see more. Bringing back some more of the samurai, with a sword movies.
Fighting movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I do like those. I like those movies. I like the Jackie Chan doing all his stunts.
Right.
That's impressive. That's just so
Super
cool.
impressive. Yeah.
It would be dope if they I'm fine with, even if they start getting really this one was definitely the worst in terms of plot. It was no plot. It was just there were a bunch of fighting and they threw in some dialogue, almost it felt like. But
yeah.
I would go see a fourth one. I'd go see a fourth one that brought in Jackie Chan as his partner to I don't know, do something. And even though we know okay, this is about to be silly, I don't care, because Jackie doesn't mess around and Jackie does all his own stunts.
Can Jackie still move like he used to though?
That is true. Jackie might be.
So I watched a movie with Jackie Chan and Johnny Knoxville. Forgot what it was called, honestly.
What is that one? Yeah.
But Jackie's but I think it was probably released 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. Jackie can still move.
Okay.
Not as well as he used to.
Right, yeah.
But I was impressed. I was okay, Jackie's got a couple, gray hairs, but he's moving.
Right.
Don't recommend watching the movie because Johnny Knoxville's terrible in it.
Right.
Anyways, I would also be down for a Keanu and Jackie collaboration.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. They're doing a Rush Hour 4, so yeah. He's got to have something in the tank left. Right. But yeah, maybe he's gonna give it all to that Rush Hour 4 and then call it quits. But how old is Jackie Chan? I gotta. Wait, you know what? I'm looking that up right now.
Right.
Yeah, stay tuned, people. Jackie Chan age. Jackie Chan, 65. I don't know why I feel like he's been around so long. It's not necessarily that he looks really bad and that he moves. Obviously, he's moving great for a 65-year-old, but
that's crazy.
I would assume that he was 80 because I feel like he's been around for forever.
Right.
I feel like he was an old samurai master when I was 5. So, but yeah, moving around great for that.
For 40 years, he didn't age. He just stayed the same age. And then
now he's aging.
Right.
Now he's decided to let himself go.
Right.
Quote unquote.
It's his own decision, though.
Yeah, right. He decides when he ages. I feel like you can. I feel like if you know martial arts, you can decide when you age.
Yeah. Well, honestly, and that goes back to the when the samurai guy or the sushi chef gets stabbed and he's sitting on his knees there.
Oh yeah.
I felt like he was doing some sort of meditating or something because he was still breathing and talking to John, and I'm like, dude, you got a knife in your heart.
Right.
I was like, how are you talking?
That was insane, man. I do think there is something to be said. I don't know how it all works, but with mental toughness, how they teach martial arts, who are really good at it,
right.
The mental toughness to almost have superhuman abilities.
Right.
And it would be really cool to go back. Obviously it's too late for me. I'm you get to a certain age, it's they probably just turn you away. You're too old to make it second nature.
Yeah.
But I'll probably just make my kids as soon as they turn 3 months, they're going. I'm just shipping them off to karate boarding school, and it's I won't see them again till they're 18. That's fine because at least I don't know that I prepared my kids for. I don't know what I'm preparing them for because I don't know where you use those skills. But
I'm probably gonna. I'd like to find that wrestling camp that John went to, obviously.
Right, yeah.
With the Romanians and just send my kids there.
Right, yeah, I'm about to say, yeah.
Send them back in 5 years and they'll just be ass kickers. And
right.
Maybe they use it, maybe they don't, but just in case.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to mess with them.
How pissed would you be if you send your son and daughter to that and it's okay, you're going to fight guys all day and you're going to do ballet. I'll be what, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my God. My favorite quote of the movie is, how can you fight the wind and how do you crush a mountain? When they said that to John, and John's just and he goes out and then does literally that. Yeah, right? And finds a high table again and all that. That was dope.
My favorite quote, and this is a throwback to the Matrix movies.
Yeah.
When Winston's okay, what do you need? When they're talking about the high table coming, and he's I need guns, lots of guns.
Yeah.
He does the same scene in the Matrix when they're heading into the Matrix. And so
what do you say? Was it?
he's like, I need guns, lots of guns, or something.
Yeah.
Some iteration of that.
Right. I don't even
Because
remember that.
everyone in the theater was like cheering
Oh, that's nuts.
because they like recognized the throwback
Right.
scene. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder when they say, a couple people like laughed or whatever when they.
You're like, why are you laughing?
Yeah, I was like, oh, like that's cool, but like, okay, I gotta go back and watch that trilogy because it came out when I was like I watched it when I didn't understand it. There's movies like that I watched again. I watched when it came out, but like, I was third grade or something like that. So I saw it, but I didn't really understand what was going on. I was super confused. So I got to go back and watch them. Also, I need to start making blood oaths with people. That's what I realized too. Like, that is a great way. I'm just gonna start carrying around like, if I got your thumbprint, like, okay, you owe me a favor, like, and I'm just gonna show it to you. Like, that's some serious stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and like, people are never like keep their word these days. So.
No.
How do you solve that? Blood oath.
Yeah, right?
Sure. Yep.
You can't back out of a blood oath. Like, I don't know if it makes it any, like, more real, but, like, that makes it legit. Like, I have your blood in this compass thing. Like,
Compass thing.
Yeah. I don't know, yeah. I'm like, that's a thing that assassins do. Also, question. Are there actual assassins? And that independent of, like, governments? Like, obviously, like, governments, I believe, have their own, like, CIA/assassin leagues, but, like, are there actual, like, does that exist still? Probably so, yeah.
There's a reason we don't know about it, though.
That's true, right? Like, how does that work? How do, like, hitmen and assassin, like, how does that work? I don't know. You know what? If you are out there listening, you're a hitman or assassin, I don't want to know. Actually, don't explain it. Don't come find me to explain
Maybe
it
it's
to
better
me.
than we
Yeah. I'm fine. Yeah, actually, I'm fine not knowing. Unless you're recruiting me to teach me. That's the only way I want to know.
No, it's... You pass the limit.
Yeah, but right, exactly. I would be trash. I'd be so bad. Also, I was thinking, like, if the concierge guy, like, if he dies, I was gonna be super mad if he died too.
Yeah. I love that character because throughout the whole trilogy, you're like, all right, this dude's cool. Like, he's always taking care of John, taking care of John's dog. And then at the end, when you're like, oh, this dude's gonna fight, and he like just kicks ass.
Yeah.
I was like, all right,
around.
This is one of my favorite characters now.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He was
respect
not messing
him.
around, yeah.
That was necessary, like, to kind of show, like, he's about, like, don't get it twisted, even though he's like the friendly, like,
he's got the glasses on, he's nice, but he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, 100%. Like, he's like the he's the neutral guy. You know what I mean? He's the neutral guy. He wants no beef. So to show that, like, even our concierge is about it in packing, like, when it comes to, like, this assassin world, like, that was dope. Also, something I realized, you got to take care of yourself if you're an assassin. When you see some of the stuff they're doing and just, like, the way they're keeping up, like, you got to have a good cardio regimen. You got to be eating lean. If you're doing a lot of movement, you can't have heavy, like,
slow down.
No, you're not eating like heavy.
Burgers.
No burgers, no pasta. Like, you're not having a big bowl of spaghetti before going out there. Exfoliating. These guys' skin. The sushi chef, skin flawless, man. Like, he's exfoliating. Hair care products. Hair is on point for a lot of these people. I mean, you saw what's her name, the short-haired, the adjudicator.
Yep.
Like, you got to keep that short hairstyle up. Like, she's on the move. Getting massages. John needs a massage. So he has to be seeing a chiropractor.
His gait is all messed up when he's walking.
Right.
He's limping.
It's all messed up.
He is for sure out of line.
Out of line, right? Oh, man, yeah. They gotta, you gotta keep it up, man. This assassin lifestyle is more than just killing people. It's about keeping your body right. So, something I noticed for sure. In conclusion for the movie, I thought it should have been the final one. When I walked out of there, I was like, let's end it here. Great fighting, probably the best fighting one of the three. But the story got to a point where I thought, like, this is, come on, we got to do better than this, guys. Like, you guys got too lazy on this front. So, like, let's just end it here. Call the trilogy. That is not the case. They have Lionsgate announced that they have a release for 4 in 2021.
The day after.
Yeah. So that is happening, 2021. At this pace, since they're going to do 4 and just projecting the route they're going to go with it, and the fact that they have this strong cult following that's going to continue to see it, they might mess around and be like a Fast and Furious deal. Like, this might be like a 7.
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
That dawned on me when the last scene happened, and I was like, oh, there's going to be another one.
Yeah.
And I think, like, the writers they've got it made because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what kind of script they write, how bad it is. Like
Oh.
they've got a following now,
Right.
and like as long as they can keep the stunts and fighting up, like people will go see that all day.
Exactly. Like that you have, I mean, and that's, I guess, marketing or business at its best. Like, you know your market. Like,
Yep.
you know who you're creating the movie for. So once you know that, you just tailor it to that. So again, they're not writing it for, and I love action films as well, but like, to give me another one of what I just watched, I'll watch it for sure. I won't go to the theater to see it. I'll watch it at like Netflix. I'll watch it at home, HBO. I'll watch it. But for me to go to a theater to go see just like a fight 'em, shoot 'em up. Now, you know what I will say though is it is different experiencing that, and like you said, the IMAX.
Yeah.
It is different because I lost some hearing, but I wasn't mad. I lost some hearing in this movie, but it is something to be said for that type of action. You can only truly appreciate like action movies in theater. Same thing with like horror films. Like a certain type of films, like you can watch a romance movie at home. It's not going to change in the theater.
Right.
Like maybe you just want to see it first, but like it's the same thing at home. A drama, same thing at home. Action films, horror films, theater is different. The sound, the surround sound is different.
Could change your perception of the movie for sure.
Absolutely. Like if I would have saw Endgame, like Avengers Endgame at home, like I probably would have missed like some. It wouldn't. The effect wouldn't have been different. Where you can control the sound and again the distraction.
I mean, could you imagine watching like Game of Thrones
Oh,
in like the IMAX?
oh my gosh, dang! Now you have me wanting to watch Game of Thrones in the email. They need to do that. I mean, I won't even.
I'd
get
pay
down.
$5 to go see an episode. Like
Yeah,
what?
I probably
Maybe not
would
the
pay-
not the final.
Not the
one,
final. Some of the Battle of the Bastards. Yes, you have take my money.
Yeah.
I will be there. That would be dope. I go watch that now. If they can start doing. If they really just wanted to get like greedy with the money, they can start doing that. They can start from episode 1. Like
Just do an episode every
No.
Saturday night. I'm there. $5.
I'm thinking through that now. Hey, if you're a movie theater, hey, pay us for that idea. Pay Matt. Make sure Matt gets some of that. Give me some of the cut just because it's my podcast. But
Patent pending on that one. So.
yeah, AMC theaters. Imagine one of you all pick that up. Reach out to HBO. Say, hey, can we play these episodes like in numerical order each week, like in the IMAX theater?
That's a win-win. Everyone's making a lot of money off that for sure.
100%. Because all the people who really appreciate it are the people who have seen it. So
Right.
we've watched it now. I'd go back and watch that for sure, and it becomes a whole nother like we experience it all together again.
Yep. Maybe they rewrite the last season.
Right. Yeah. Right. Just
By the time we're done, by the time we're there, you got some time.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. You guys got 8 more years to come up with another 8th season, man. So as I was watching this too, again, you know what you're gonna get with this. So if you're gonna go see it, just know that you're getting to shoot 'em up. Like now, it's almost like fool me once, shame on you. Like you know the direction they're going now. So if you go see 4, know what you're getting. Not great writing, but high level, if not top of class. Again, with this director who's done all these other films, you're getting top class action.
Yep.
So know that you're getting that in fighting. I applaud them for sticking to their audience. I've decided that I've said this multiple times on the podcast that I'm going to write my own movie and produce my own movie at some point. I've now narrowed it down to which 2 options I'm going to do. I'm either going to write a love story that has personal meaning that will like probably do at Sundance Festival, but like won't really make any real money. But it's just like, okay, this is personal to me. I don't really care. Or B, I'm going to do an action film that features The Rock. Spend very little money on writers, but spend a ton of money on the trailer and effects.
Like Medellin in Entourage.
Yes. Yep, exactly. That's that.
They're like, can we
That's
make,
right,
can
yeah.
we make a good trailer? They're
Yeah.
like, yep.
That's it.
Sell the trailer.
That's all you gotta do. Sell the trailer. Exactly. I did go see that. I actually never watched the show. I'm trying to watch the movie.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch the show though.
Yeah, that's a
But
good one.
I've seen a couple episodes of the show, but I have to watch it from start to finish. But yes, exactly like that. I feel like that. I mean, you can. That's what The Rock does. You know, you have some good fight scenes, and it's The Rock, and it has a good trailer. Sometimes a good trailer. Sometimes it's not even that. So I'm gonna go one of those 2 routes. Do you think it is fair to put John Wick in the GOAT convos as far as it like the Jason Bournes and that type of?
Ooh, that's tough.
And not movie wise, just him as a character and his ability to kill.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think John Wick takes out Jason Bourne.
I think just based off of what I don't know if anyone has a higher kill number.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone
So,
has a higher kill number.
I don't know what the kill count was for movie 3. I know that it was like upwards of 200 in movie 2.
Oh,
And
they
there was,
went
like-
up, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
they went up in this one. I would be. I was wondering that as I was.
I meant to look it up before I got here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, that as I'm watching, I was thinking like, should I start counting? And I was like, no, someone else is obviously gonna count this. Like, so let me not waste my time. I was gonna for you
Have
all.
a little clicker every
Yeah,
time.
right. For the listeners, I was gonna start counting, but I did not. But yeah. So, what would you give this movie? Scale of 1 to 10.
9. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough, right? I think if you're looking at just the action, it's a 12, right? Like
Right,
it's
right.
insane. I think the storyline is not there, but you kind of have to know that heading into it.
Right.
It's not going to be. It's not like incredible acting by Keanu, which is fine because he makes up for it in his action.
Right. I gave it a harsh rating, but I went off of, again, movie. Please understand, listening to the review, where my mind is at with this. So I gave it a 5.8 out of 10. Very low rating, but that's as a movie. Like, I'm rating it as an all-around movie. Again, and it is tough, like you said, it's really tough because on the scale of just its writing and its content and delivery, not the greatest, but as far as like fighting, appealing to their audience, again, the scenes, I mean, it's second to none as far as like the writing and the stunt choreography, second to none.
I'm a
So, like I
very
said, that's the
biased
12. Yes.
watcher too. I'm
Yeah.
part of the cult that
Right, yeah,
Todd talks about.
yeah.
Like,
Matt is part of the cult, so it's
if they came out with 30 John Wick movies, I would be at every single one opening night. Even if I hated them at some point and was like, oh, there's another one, I have to go see it now.
Right.
That's it. I'd give it a 10 out of 10 every time. So
That's fair.
that's where my 9 rating comes out of.
At least you're honest. You're honest.
I know
and-
who I am.
Yeah, you know who you are. They know who you are. They know their target audience. I give it a 5.8, and I'd say to watch it on Netflix. I know Matt will probably tell you to go see it opening night. Again, if you know who you are and you are part of this demographic, I agree with him. Go check it out opening night, and there's no way around it. The best experience for this movie will be the biggest theater you can find.
Yep.
Right? So I do agree with that. Upcoming movies you're excited for?
Ooh, the trailer for It 2 was when I
Gotcha,
saw
yeah.
it when we were in the theater. Pretty pumped for that. I saw the first one in theaters. Scared the balls off of me.
Yeah.
So really excited for the second one.
Yeah, no, that trailer definitely shook me. Mine, which I saw this trailer in the theater too. Angel Has Fallen. With
Really?
Yeah. So,
Interesting. Have you seen the first ones?
I saw the first. You know what? I saw the first one, and the first one I was like, I actually ripped to shreds. I ripped the first one to shreds. I didn't watch the second one, but I heard the second one was better. But I will, that third one, they're getting me with the trailer, man. They got Gerard Butler, Morgan Freeman.
Right, Morgan
I'm like,
Freeman,
you gotta.
yeah.
I got it. It's kind of they kind of got the Jason Bourne kind of storyline going, where he's like he's actually the bad guy.
Right.
Someone framed him. He's got to figure a way out. So that one got me. We'll see if I go see it in theaters. It got me hyped though in the trailer. So
Yeah. I think
we'll
the
see.
acting might not be where you want it to be.
That is true. I
But
probably would be disappointed.
I think I saw like bits and pieces of the first one, and I was like, oh yeah, it's a Gerard Butler action
Yeah,
movie.
100%, man. Maybe he should go back to doing what is the name of that movie that he has with Katherine Heigl? That's like a romance. It's like a rom-com.
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
Dang it, I can see the movie poster. I can't remember it, but maybe you should go back. That wasn't bad, so maybe you should go back to those type of movies.
Honestly, Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard
Whoa,
Butler.
that's his best movie. 300, but
but Law Abiding Citizen was like,
was a better movie.
Yeah.
It was a better actual movie.
Right.
Yeah, 300 was more like I'm a Spartan,
Action,
so like
right.
an action. Law Abiding Citizen is definitely one of my top movies. Like I think
Yeah.
about that movie often. Like when I think about someone, like when I think, oh, I want to get revenge on someone, how would I do it?
yeah.
It would be that. He wrote the playbook for how to get revenge on somebody.
Yeah, I think of like the consistencies between John Wick does it in a little bit different way, but like it's really about his revenge on people, right?
Right.
For most of the trilogy, and so I think of Law Abiding Citizen that same way. He's just like kind of like off the rails, taking everyone out.
Yeah. No, agreed. Yeah, that was actually, man, I gotta rewatch that. I might
Yeah, it's a
rewatch it
good
this
one.
weekend, man.
Yep.
I do like Law Abiding Citizen. All right, that's all I have, peeps. Appreciate you for coming up here, Matt. Until next week, peace.